The metaphor "never judge a book by its cover" seems to be one of life's most valued lessons, taught from both a literal and metaphorical standpoint at a very young age. Having grown up in a society focused around the superficial aspects of life, it is difficult to hold true to this concept. Young girls and boys tend to base their first impression of a picture book only on the pictures. So although we teach our children to never judge a book by its cover, is it actually the pictures that allow the child to develop the most as a reader? Illustrations become extremely important for beginners, as they attract children to a lifetime passion for reading. Children become attracted to reading by wanting to create an interaction between the pictures and the corresponding text. They want to identify familiar and interesting-looking objects, name characters, and even predict what they foresee happening next. Brown Bear, What Do You See does a phenomenal job of creating an interaction between the text and illustration. The picture book strikes the child's attention immediately due to the odd-colored characters. Along with being intrigued by the colors, a child can also begin to catch on to the repetition of the book as he or she listens as it is read to them. The link between asking an animal what they see and the introduction of a new animal intrigues the young reader as to which animal will appear next. Before a child learns to read, he or she will use illustrations as a means to fill the gaps that would normally be filled by reading the text of the book. This becomes a normal tendency, largely due to the illustrator's ability to set a mood and tone throughout an entire book by using techniques that create an emotional connection with the child. Take, for example, the book No David. One of the last illustrations in the book shows David breaking his parents' vase while playing baseball in his living room. He is put in the corner for a timeout. A young reader can look at those illustrations, having most likely been in similar situations him or herself, and understand David is in timeout. They could then add their own interpretation of the story. Like maybe David couldn't have dessert after dinner because of his actions, since that was how their parents punished them after they broke the rules. As young children begin to read at higher levels and fill in the blanks, their imagination begins to play a larger role. The creative power of the mind has an important role in the success of a person's life. Child development professionals recognize the importance of imagination and the role it plays in accepting and understanding reality. Through a rich development of imagination, a child can begin discovering a fulfilling path for his or her life, develop a sense of empathy, and begin sharpening their perception. As the imagination develops and becomes more personal, a child will begin to grasp his or her personal identity and awareness of themselves, which is a big reason why picture books are so important. Some scholars believe that illustrations are actually more of a distraction than a help. They believe that children begin to focus more on the pictures than the text and meaning of the story, thus slowing down their word identification and understanding of written language. While this argument is sensible, the benefits a child receives from illustrations are much greater than any dangers or setbacks they might endure. In fact, 96% of parents today believe that picture books play an important role in their young children's everyday lives and intellectual development. Picture books are for everybody at any age, not books to be left behind as we grow older. The best ones leave a tantalizing gasp between the pictures and the words, a gap that is filled by the reader's imagination, adding so much to the excitement of reading a book.